Hi everybody, it's Crystal and I'm here to do a pregnancy update. It has been quite a while, but I am a full-time working mom and I take care of twin boys, so my life is kind of busy. I am going to try to make this quick because I don't have a lot of time, but I'm officially 23 weeks pregnant and I'm like 23 weeks and like 4 days. I had an appointment yesterday. No, I had an appointment on Monday, and I'm actually a week behind. So weird. Okay, so back when I had one of my first ultrasounds, I was 13 weeks. And I went in and I was 14, they said I was 14 weeks, and they said that my due date had changed from November the 15th to the 10th. So at that time in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm a week ahead of time. So I've been going with it, with the idea that I am a week ahead. But when I was at my last appointment, she was like, no, we didn't actually change your due date. So basically the sonogram technician told me one thing and I just went with it. I didn't really ask questions. But so I'm just duplicating week 23 this week. So technically I am 23 weeks. I will be 24 weeks on Monday. No, Sunday. And so yeah, I'm more than halfway through my pregnancy, which is crazy. It's been going by really, really fast. I think that the fact that I've vlogged every week of the boys' pregnancy made it go by fast, but it also felt like it made it go by a little bit slower now that I think about it. So I feel like this pregnancy is going by really quickly. And I'm feeling really good though. Like I said, I had a doctor's appointment on Monday of this week and it was really good. The baby's heartbeat was great. There was really nothing, you know, it's pretty simple. I'm not doing centering pregnancy this time around, which I really am sad about. I loved centering when I was pregnant with the boys, but with my schedule and with having the boys now, it's really difficult to be able to make it to centering class. But I really truly would advocate for anyone who's in their first pregnancy and has the offering of centering pregnancy to definitely do it. Like I said, I'm really kind of bummed that I'm not getting to do it this time around, but it's still, my appointments are great. My midwives are awesome. You know, the office that I see, there's, you know, I want to say there's probably like 4 or 5, maybe 6 midwives in the practice. So each appointment that I go to, it's going to be one of those midwives, and I love them all. I think they're all really great. Each of them are kind of different, their own personalities, but for the most part I think they're all pretty fantastic and they're really good to me. And let's see, so overall, like I said, the appointment was really good. Baby's heartbeat was great. I told her that I was feeling great. She did let me know that at my next appointment I will be 27 weeks, I think, 26 or 27 weeks, basically a month from now. August the 16th or 17th is when I go back, and she said at that time I will do my glucose test. I'm a little nervous about that. I like my sweets. But also I'm not like super nervous, but just a little like hopeful that I pass it. I passed my last one fine, and I never had to do like a 3-hour or anything like that, but I know that I was kind of right at the line. I was close to being over the line of having to take the 3 hours, so I'm really just hoping that I'll be fine. She's going to, because I had preeclampsia in my last pregnancy and they did have to give me magnesium in the hospital when I was in labor, she's going to do a blood draw at my next appointment to check my liver functionality. I don't want to say liver enzymes. I don't think that's exactly what they're testing, but they're gonna just do just a simple blood test to make sure there's no signs of preeclampsia at this point. So far, my blood pressure has been great. The only thing that I am noticing symptom-wise overall in the pregnancy is just swelling. My legs are starting to swell a little bit, and I'm retaining water in my legs. I think it's just because I work a lot of hours. I average about 10 to 11 hours a day at least when I'm working. So it doesn't mean that I'm working on my feet. Sorry, I thought the camera was dying. It's something outside. I was like, no! I average a lot of hours, so I notice when I get home, even throughout the day at work, I can like press on my legs and I like can indent. There's like a big like flying bug outside that's making this weird noise. So I'm definitely having some swelling in my legs already, and not specifically my feet, but more my legs. And I feel like I didn't have that till later in my pregnancy with the boys, but I don't know, I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch my vlogs to see when it really started. So, you know, she said that was definitely normal and not, you know, a sign of anything bad, but that just to make sure I'm drinking tons of water throughout the day, which I am. I drink, I want to say at least 60 ounces or more of water a day, at least. So I have a water bottle, that I fill up multiple times. I fill it up in the morning on my way to work, or I fill it up on my way before I head out to work in the morning. And so when I get in the car, I have my little routine. I take my prenatal vitamin and then I start drinking the water. So by the time I get to work, I've already drank the entire bottle, and it's like 20 ounces. So I do allow myself a cup of coffee at work every day. I didn't drink hardly any caffeine with the boys. I was just so nervous to do anything. So, but this pregnancy, I'm just like, I need my coffee. So, but I don't drink anything else outside of that. Actually on Tuesdays at work, I have this meeting. And so when I go to my other location, they have like a little soda fountain machine. And so I get Fanta. I get like it's like a little styrofoam cup. So on Tuesdays, I call it my Tuesday treat. I get my orange soda fix. So yeah, overall, doing really well. Nothing, no concerns or anything like that. I'm feeling really good. I'm just tired. I really am tired. You know, I don't really have a lot of opportunities to nap, obviously, with working. And, you know, as soon as I get home from work, I'm taking care of the little guys and hanging out with them. And so I don't have opportunities to nap at that time, which is kind of hard to do that. You don't want to like get off work and then take a nap right away and miss out on your family, that kind of thing. So I am having I still have the most amazing yet crazy pregnancy dreams. Every night is a whole new adventure, and that's probably one of my favorite things about being pregnant, is being able to dream so much. I've always had an active dream imagination all my life. I can always remember having been able to dream really well, but I feel like it's when I'm pregnant, it's so much more intense, and I love it. I think it's great. So I am having that. I'm sleeping really well at night. I am getting uncomfortable in my hips and my pubic bone. I've noticed that my hips are just really sore a lot of the times, and my pubic bone is really sore. And I remember feeling that like the last part of the pregnancy with the boys. So I guess my ligaments are just really kind of loose. I am also starting to have a little bit of carpal tunnel. Some days it's there, some days it's not as bad, but I have it back like I did. It's not anywhere near as intense as when I was pregnant with the twins, because I mean, I literally, like, I would have shooting pains all the way up into my elbows, just like gripping my toothbrush. And so it's not that bad. It's just that I can definitely tell that it's back. And some days, like I said, some days it's worse than it is other days. Let's see. I feel her move every day. And for any of you watching who are not up to date with my videos, we did find out we're having a girl. And at our last, we had our anatomy scan, I want to say it was in June. And they reconfirmed that it was a girl, because we found out kind of early that she was a girl. We were hopeful that she would still be a girl, and she is. Our anatomy scan went great. She was still measuring a week ahead. Everything looked fantastic. You know, I did the blood test to like check for Down syndrome and other disorders, and I never got a call back, so I think everything seemed fine. You know, they usually would call if there was an issue, so that seemed okay. But I feel her move all the time, every single day. Throughout the day, I'm starting to kind of like learn her patterns, which to me is so cool because, sorry, I'm like, there's a window right behind this area. It's like my patio back door area, so I'm seeing all kinds of creatures and stuff like that. But I feel her move all the time, which is so totally different from the boys. I felt them move, but it was nothing like the way I feel this baby. You know, they were so squished in there, and to be honest to God, like I hardly ever felt Ronin move. It was a very occasional, and it was just more of like a kind of like a slow movement like that. And I really only felt Ronin. I could feel his head on the side of my body poked out, or either his head or his butt. And then if I like read my fingers across the top of my belly, I could kind of feel him like move his legs. And then I would feel armor on the bottom. Not really any significant movement, just very slight movements, and then I would feel him get the hiccups. That's the only way that I felt them. But with this baby, I feel her all throughout the day. It was such a neat feeling. You know, it's just weird because I didn't experience that with the boys. And again, you know, some people would probably imagine that having had twins, they would have just been wild and crazy in there, but I didn't feel that feeling. And also with the boys, I had both of my placentas were anterior, and oddly enough, with this pregnancy as well, my placenta is anterior. So I think my uterus just, I don't know what's going on with it, but the way my babies implant, they're on, you know, the anterior side. So, but I am actually excited though that I have movement, because it's such a neat feeling. It's just so crazy that I didn't feel that way, didn't feel this with them. So it's neat to be able to experience this again and have that feeling that I kind of was a little bit, actually, I'm going to be real honest. When I was pregnant with the boys, even all the way up into the end, I was kind of slightly disappointed inside, and I never really stated it because I didn't want to sound selfish, but I was a little bummed that I didn't feel them moving that much when I was pregnant with them, because you know, you think of that, being pregnant and feeling your baby from the inside and all that good stuff. And I never really had that very much with them. So it's really great to be able to experience it again and feel it. Let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else. I didn't really write anything down, or I wasn't very organized with this, but I think we are okay. So I'm nesting at the house in between all the hours that I'm working and hanging out with the boys. So we have this back room in our house, and it's kind of been like a storage room where we just put all of our junk that we're not using and just kind of cram it in that room. So I've been slowly on my days off working on that room during nap time as little as I can, and I feel like it's taking me forever, but I'm getting there. So I definitely feel the urge to nest and to get the house ready. And so I'm gonna try to take a week of vacation time coming up, maybe at the end of August. I officially have vacation time at my company. Even though I've worked at my company for almost 10 years, it was sold last year in July, and it's officially been a year now. So now I can finally get vacation time again. And ideally, most people would be like, oh, save it for maternity leave. And it's like, I'm not gonna get paid for maternity leave as it is. We're gonna have to like set money back and just prepare. So I truly and honestly just need some time off from work in order to prepare for the baby at our house. So I am hoping that I can take, you know, at least 4 or 5 days off in August so that I can finish getting the room cleaned out. It's for the most part better, but I need to clean it out, and I need to paint. So I'm gonna make a nursery, even though she's probably not gonna use the room for first like half of her life, you know, the first like, I don't think we put the boys in their cribs officially for sleeping at night until they were like 6 or 7 months old. I just slept in the living room, and they slept in there with me. So that's probably how it's going to work out with her when she gets here. I'm going to sleep in the living room, pack and play is going to be in there, swing is going to be in there, so we're going to kind of live in the living room. It just worked out for me really well that way, so that's probably what's going to happen again. So I'm really anxious to get that. I'm just anxious to get her space ready, because like I said, I do work a lot of hours. So and then, you know, I plan to work all the way up until I'm able to deliver, you know, as long as I don't have any issues. You know, hopefully this time around I won't have to be on bed rest for a month. So again, my plan is to work all the way up until I am able to deliver. You know, ideally, if I hit my due date and she's not here, I'm probably gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take off now, and then give myself, you know, a few days before she arrives. But I don't foresee any reason why I would stop working before that time. So so my due date is November the 15th. I don't remember if I said that. And we have been talking about names. I think we're both settled on the first name. We're kind of, it's so hard. The boys' names were so easy. Like as soon as we knew they were boys, we knew what their names were. But this girl is just, it's proving to be a little bit more difficult than it was to name the boys. But like I said, Josh and I have both kind of agreed on the first name. We're kind of throwing around the middle name a little bit because we're just not sure. I'm just not sure what we want it to be. So I think I'll probably do a name reveal sometime soon. It's not going to be anything super fancy. You know, I just don't have time to be fancy on YouTube anymore. I really don't. I miss that I really enjoyed vlogging the boys' pregnancy, and I feel a little sad and guilty that I haven't really vlogged that much throughout this pregnancy, because when she grows up and she sees videos, she's being like, Mom, why didn't you, talk about me and blah, blah, blah. And so I don't want her to feel left out. So I'm going to try to vlog better than I have been, but I always say that and then I just don't get around to it. And like I said, my life is really busy, and being a full-time working mom, it's hard. It really, really is. And I'm so grateful for my husband though, because right now, like, he graduated in May with his associate degree. He's off for the summer and he's going to start school again in the fall so he can finish and get his bachelor degree, which is great. But at the same time, I'm like, no. But he's been with the boys all summer, and it's great because they are so in love with him. I mean, they look up to him. He is the great daddy of all daddies, and he's just so fantastic with them. So I would rather him be here with them than us have to put them in childcare or anything like that. Not that I'm against childcare. Eventually, there's going to come a time where they have to probably go and be in childcare. And that's not the worst thing in the world. There are worse things in the world. But right now, since they are pretty young, it's just, I feel more comfortable in my heart knowing that it's either one of us or one of our family members taking care of them. So I would like that to last as long as possible. I think that's really it. Like I said, I feel really good outside of just being tired. I feel really good. I have been having a little bit of shortness of breath. But that's, kind of normal. I'm really starting to look rather pregnant now. I'll try to do a little belly shot. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can make it work in this video. Okay, so yeah, there you go. Here's my 23-week belly. Very, very round. I have to say, one really annoying thing that I feel is that people I work with, not like the people I work with closely every single day, but with my company, I'm in between two companies often, like all throughout the week for meetings and conference calls. And so I go to this other place a couple blocks from my location, and people will be like, what do you do? And I'll tell them, and they look at me like this, oh, whoa, you look like you're about to pop. And I'm just like, have you ever been around a pregnant person? Have you ever seen a fully pregnant person? So I just feel, I have to say, this pregnancy, I have not felt the pretty, beautiful pregnancy glow at all. There's some days where I have it, but for the most part, I feel huge. I feel huge, and that's not a bad thing. I'm pregnant. I'm blessed more than I could even express. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm complaining about being pregnant, but I had like a good 25-30 pounds to lose from the boys' pregnancy. So getting pregnant again and not having been down to my pre-pregnancy weight, it's a different experience this time around. So I have felt so huge. But I'm kind of glad though that my belly's finally starting to round out, because I feel like I'm looking more pregnant than just fluffy. And I'm trying to keep the weight gain at a minimal. I think so far total I've gained 20 pounds, which is good for me. So I'm really trying to keep an eye out. This last time from my appointments, my last appointment was 6 weeks before the one I had on Monday, and I only gained 5 pounds between that time frame, which is really good. Even though I've been having more sweets than I probably should, I'm not gaining an incredible amount of weight. So I really want to keep it minimal. Not that I'm like not trying to gain any weight at all, because you need to gain weight to have a healthy pregnancy. But at the same time, I don't want to go, I gained a lot more weight in the boys' pregnancy than I ever thought that I would. And excuse me, excuse me, I have like got burps going on here. I wish during the boys' pregnancy that I had maintained it a little bit better, because it really is hard to lose baby weight. It is hard to lose that weight, especially for me, because I do work full time, and I don't have a lot of free time at all, to be quite honest, to like work out or anything like that. So I'm definitely trying to keep the weight gain minimal right now. So yeah, I think that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this vlog. I will check in with you all very soon. I think I'm going to try to do an 18-month update on the boys. We just had their 18-month checkup last Monday? Yeah, last Monday. So I'll do an update on them very soon as well. It's been a while since I did one on them. Posted a couple videos of them on my channel, but I just haven't done an update. But they are growing so much, so I definitely need to do that. And so I think that's it. I hope you are all doing very well, and I hope you're all enjoying your summer. Bye.